We're back. I'm Jocelyn Bamford, and I'm talking with Louis Jahn, president of Jahn Engineering. Louis, the Canadian economy is facing some headwinds. What keeps you up at night?
Right now, Jocelyn, the headwinds are definitely there, and it's especially in the automotive sector and the heavy truck sector. So the new U.S. administration has this agenda to bring back manufacturing to United States, and us as a Canadian company, we actually applaud that goal and that agenda. We want manufacturing to come back to America. But when we say America, we think North America, not just United States, because we are so heavily integrated between Canada, United States, and Mexico. Probably more so Canada, United States than Canada, United States, and Mexico. But what the problem is with the goals of bringing back manufacturing to North America, the mechanism they're using is tariffs, and tariffs are a word for it to make sure nothing happens. So what the reality, what happens in the real world is they have a 25% tariff, or it goes up and down depending on the administration's mood at the moment. And those tariffs are higher than the profit margins of the OEM equipment manufacturing, the makers of the vehicles. They don't have 25% profit. So what happens is, until this is sorted out, they do nothing. So they don't launch new products. They don't launch new innovation. They don't build new plants. And all the tooling programs that we normally work on 2, 3, 4 years in advance, they're all put on hold, or they're just canceled altogether. So that's our bread and butter. That's what we do for a living, and not just Jahn Engineering. All kinds of tooling companies in Canada, especially, well, North America. So not only do the tooling companies in North America run out of work, excuse me, in Canada run out of work, the ones in the U.S. run out of work too, because the auto manufacturers are just not moving forward. So what keeps me up at night is I need new work. And right now, that work is pretty much at a standstill. It's not totally stopped, but I mean, this is subjective. I would say about 75% of all new projects currently are not happening. They're on hold. So I think when this is all settled, and we have no idea when it's going to settle, there's going to be a huge pent up demand. But in between now and when the floodgates open, you have to survive. You have to make payroll. So right now, what we're seeing is the Canadian government's come up with a great program called WorkShare, where we have employees work 1, 2, 3 days a week, and then they're on unemployment for the other couple of days. That kind of fills the gap, but you still need work to employ these employees. So what keeps me up at night is being able to make payroll, being able to stay alive until the automotive comes back. In the meantime, what we're doing, us and most companies like ours in Canada, is we're looking to pivot into the defense, into the energy sectors, into the aerospace sectors. But the runway to get in, the length of the runway to get into those sectors, it's pretty long. You don't just go to the next potential customer and say, hey, we want to work for you. You need all kinds of certifications to enter that arena, and that takes time and money. So not only are you missing your revenue stream to keep yourself going, you need a revenue stream to pay for these new certifications. You need to develop relationships with new customers in the defense industry, the aerospace industry, the energy industry. There's opportunities there, but I guess I'm going to nutshell this and say that until all these things come to fruition, you're slow. You're lacking in work.
Yeah, and that's a scary prospect, especially for small to medium-sized business. And we got about a minute left. It seems like Mark Carney and Doug Ford have joined forces to butt heads with President Trump. If you were in charge, how would you handle the negotiations going forward?
You know, Jocelyn, I don't think there's a real easy answer, because what we're seeing here is the U.S. administration, when dealing with them, I'm not so sure they fully understand what they're doing. I'm not convinced they fully understand how the automotive industry works, how manufacturing works. They understand it on broad terms, but the devil's in the details. So they'll just say, hey, let's bring back manufacturing. We're saying, okay, that's awesome, but to do that, it takes a lot more than just saying, let's bring back manufacturing. There's a lot of moving parts that have to all fit together, work together, and join together to make that happen.
So we need to go to a quick break. We'll be back on Canadian Innovators, more with Jahn Engineering when we return.